Hey, this is ST here, and this is how you play the Pink Desert deck, one of four of the starter decks of set one of Disaster World, kind of Great Calamity. And this one, I'm gonna say this is kind of like a chaos or very chaotic deck because it doesn't really have a set theme. It's got some focus on some combos, but I would definitely recommend this to you if you just like having a lot of good assets, but you're not really sure. You don't want like a strict strategy, if you will. But they do work together in a unique way. So I'll begin with our alpha, Scavenger King. Once per turn, you get to select one creature. That creature loses 4 health for every boost card in your discard pile. It has 40 health, making it on the smaller side for the starter deck alphas, but it's a really good card, especially with how many boosts you're going to be playing in this deck, how many boosts you're going to be using in this deck. Follow that up with your smallest creature, and yet I would say this is still a very important creature. 4 attack, 8 health, 3 cost, Sandcrawler, hits your opponent's alpha directly. This is just going to be quick if you want to get that quick damage off the gate, just like chip away at the health really early. This is your card. It doesn't really do anything else beyond that, but it's still a very good staple. I would even include this in other decks that aren't this deck in particular. Next from there is possibly the strongest card in your deck and probably in the game, Killer Cactus. This creature gains 2 attack for every card in both players' discard piles. You will be surprised at how quickly this thing gets damage. I mean, it only starts off at 4 attack, but you'll easily reach massive numbers very quickly. Also, the really good thing is it has a cost of 4, meaning you basically get access to this around turn 3, turn 4. I mean, you can start playing this thing very early, very quickly. So I would definitely say play around with this, kind of get your feet wet with how you want to use this. If you want to focus on getting rid of a ton of boost first to kind of bulk it up that way, or kind of play it late game for a quick finisher. But very, very good card. Next, you'll have your Sandlamander. This is your searcher for all your good boosts, and it's a really universal one as well, because you can play it in a lot of different decks that really want to get out like main boosts to run their strategy. This one has a once per turn effect. Search your deck for a boost and add it to your hand. This creature's attack becomes 0 until your next turn. This one has actually gotten an errata, meaning like a change in its official printing, and that bottom effect is removed. So it'll keep its 6 attack even after it uses that effect, which is really solid. Resist the temptation with this card to go grab your Calamity, because this deck has some removal options. Other decks have some removal options. You definitely don't want to be caught with that card in your hand if you're not going to play it immediately. So I would say use this ability wisely to get the card you need at the right moment. Lastly, Karamda. Really simple effect. Whenever this creature attacks, your opponent loses 2 energy. Cost of 6, 8 damage, or 8 attack, 18 health. Solid card. Especially if you're playing against like mechs or like the burn or like Cleanwich Mountain's burn strategy. Use this card. You want to rob decks of their energy because that's the main way they play creatures. Especially if they're trying to play something expensive, make sure you use this thing a lot. It's a very good card, really easy to use, and you can even use it in other decks. Moving into like the boost side of things, this is where you start to get combos. Starting first with Sudden Sandblast. Select one creature. That creature cannot take damage until your next turn. This is used to protect Sandcrawler so you can get just a little bit more damage off of it. A Killer Cactus if you don't want it destroyed. Any card really. But it pairs especially well with the attachments. Those being Crystal Shockwave. If you pair it with Sudden Sandblast, this is removal. Whenever this creature is attacked, the creature that attacked is sent back to your opponent's hand, then discard this card. So you can, if you want to get rid of a threat that's like attacking directly at you, you're gonna go ahead and play your Sudden Sandblast first on the creature, or you can attach Crystal Shockwave. Doesn't matter in what order you do it. But doing that will easily allow you to get rid of like a really strong creature while saving the one that you have currently out there. So this one's really good. If you don't feel like you want to just send that thing to the discard pile instead of sending it back to hand, this is about as close as you're going to get. Whenever this creature's attacked, the creature that attacked it loses 6 health, then discard this card, Exploding Cactus. This one will do straight up damage, which is good if you're like going to weaken something and then finish it off. But it's not as like a great removal as Crystal Shockwave. But if you want to send it to the discard pile, this is your go-to. Still very good. Next, for your second effect card, I separated these because it's different. This one's just some disruption. Look at your opponent's hand, choose one card in their hand, and place it at the bottom of their deck. Real chill. I definitely like this one. Especially, this is always fun when you're playing against somebody who has just gotten their Calamity, and you're just like, well, it's gone now. Definitely really solid at getting out big threats, especially like if you see Metal Drakes in like a mech deck, or like, you know, certain Calamities, other stuff like that. Get rid of them with this card. Very solid. Pink Desert is how you're going to cycle things. Once per turn, choose one boost card from your discard pile and shuffle it back into your deck. This one is great if you need to quickly reuse something. Let's say you have two like a Exploding Cactus or a Crystal Shockwave, but you only have one Sudden Sandblast. Play the Sudden Sandblast, recycle it back into your deck, and then you can use something like Salamandar to quickly then go grab that card and use it for a second time. Really great combo. Very good card with this archetype. The final one is going to be your Calamity. This one is very all-encompassing, I would say. It has a lot of different stuff that really makes it solid. First thing, you have the gain 6 energy. Then you reduce your opponent's energy to 0 and kill one of their creatures. This is best used to get enough energy to play a Killer Cactus once you've gotten into late game. Then you're going to prevent your opponent from like theoretically blocking you. Then from the final thing, you're going to kill one of their creatures, opening up a lane that way you can attack with that buffed up Killer Cactus. And that's kind of your end game with this card. Apart from that, it has plenty of other good utility. Being able to just get 6 energy off a Calamity is pretty good as well, because it allows you to often play your highest card, especially later on in later turns. And that's kind of it for this deck. Once again, like and subscribe to this video. I'll catch y'all next time.